So for the final segment of this podcast, we are going to be going over CJ Abrams and Mackenzie Gore, because apparently they're being rumored to be traded by the Padres fans. I don't really know where this came from, but we're kind of going to come here and kind of shut down these rumors, because none of us believe that there's really a chance that either of these guys gets traded. So I'll let you start, Chase. What do you think about these potential CJ Abrams and Mackenzie Gore trade rumors?
They're not going to happen. CJ Abrams needs to stay. He's got like superstar potential from what we've seen. He's got like a 12-game on base streak in the AA right now. He's been off to a killer start. Mackenzie Gore last night pitched way better than he did his first games. He did let up 3 runs, but he did finish off his outing with only 1 walk, 2 3-ball counts, and then he ended the game with 7 batters retired in a row and struck the side. So if he continues to, up that development, allow less walks, maybe a few less hits this time around and a few more strikeouts, he could be knocking on the doors to the Padres really soon. So with how these guys are, these are our 1-2 prospects, or you can even say how we did, 1A, 1B. These guys have superstar potential, and Preller's not going to let them go anywhere.
Yeah, I was really excited to talk about this. I just where did these even come from? Why are they a thing? It's really interesting because, it seems like everyone was on board not that long ago with Abrams and Gore are untouchable. And now all of a sudden they're able to be touched. Like, who do we even trade them for? I know some people are probably thinking Josh Hader, but why would we trade a potential ace who's going to be able to go 6-7 innings for a guy that's going to go 1 or 2? And I understand the whole, we're trying to win now, but we already have the team that can win now. Other than, Tommy Pham, but he's going to get replaced soon. And, there's a couple iffy pieces in the starting rotation, maybe in the bullpen, that will also be replaced. But Abrams and Gore are going to be untouchable. Abrams has the potential to be a superstar in this league, and maybe not as good as Tatis, but maybe he can touch that, because you look at their skill set and their measurables. Abrams is probably skinnier, but it's pretty similar, the way they're built and just the type of player that they are. And Mackenzie Gore, I mean, we've said it before. There could be a little bit of Clayton Kershaw. Maybe that's jumping the gun, but he's that type of player. He could be an ace in our rotation, even with Darvish, Snell, Lamet, Paddock, whoever, Musgrove. He could still be the ace. So there's no reason that we should want to trade these guys. We're into winning now, but we've sucked for a really long time. Let's be real. These guys are what's going to keep us afloat. These guys they're going to keep us good.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I think it's kind of crazy that we're talking about trading these guys. Also, let's just look at some of the past trades the Padres have had. They don't trade the guys that they view as potential superstars. The closest guy I think they traded that was probably Taylor Trammell, and he's looked good. But they're not really moving guys that they think are going to be really, really good. We were talking yesterday. We were just texting about it, about Cal Quantrill. Guys like that have been moved. I don't think Cal was ever viewed as maybe in the draft he was, but he wasn't viewed as a Mackenzie Gore level prospect. Not to take away from him. I think he's a fantastic player, and I was bummed when he got moved, but they don't trade those type of guys. They don't trade these super high-end guys. They trade the mid-tier guys, and maybe some of those mid-tier guys do develop into star players, but they're not trying to move these top-end guys. They just haven't. We talked about how last year at the trade deadline, the Padres made so many moves. They basically said, hey, you're not moving, you're not getting our top-end guys. That's just not going to be the case. Mackenzie Gore, CJ Abrams are absolutely those 2 players. I don't know if you guys remember this, but before Fernando came up, there was rumors hey, are you guys going to potentially move Fernando to try to contend with Machado, to have have the Padres contend right away after signing Machado? And he said, the only way that we'll trade Fernando is if we get 2 Fernandos. That's the way that Preller views it. So even if you think that it would be a good idea, I don't think there's any chance that happens, just based on, what Preller has done in the past and kind of his mindset of it. The way that I see it, at least, is that he's kind of the style of GM where he goes, I can find talent, this mid-tier talent, pretty much anywhere. And I can replace it. I can get these guys. I can get a whole bunch of solid players. But the superstar guys, those are the guys that are hard to come by. That's why you see him kind of go after and attack these guys, and especially overseas, where he's going for all the tools. And you look at kind of some of the Padres draft picks. I think it was is it Hassel? No, is it not Robert Hassel? What's the guy that's just jacked? And he gained like 40 pounds, crazy tools.
Oh, is it Lange?
Justin Lange.
Yes,
Justin
Lange. I think he's the perfect example of like kind of what Preller is going after. He's going after super high-end talent, and that's what he's trying to get. And of course, he's going to get this mid-tier talent as well. But they're not trying to trade that top-end talent. That guy, Justin Lange, if he becomes he comes out and he's, oh my God, he's fantastic. He's a top 10 prospect or top 20 prospect. He's not going to get moved. Now, if he's not that guy and he has some tools and he's a middle tier guy, those are the guys that can get moved. So even if the Padres, make a trade and they're trying to get Ketel Marte, you're not going to see CJ Abrams moved. You're not going to see Mackenzie Gore moved. That's the reason why that Hader trade never ended up happening, because they wanted so much. And they wanted, Joe Musgrove was like one of the guys that was brought up in Padres. Like, we don't want to give you Joe Musgrove. We view him as an ace type pitcher. And so I don't see there being, a reason to move on from CJ Abrams or Mackenzie Gore, even if it does help them win now, because it limits their future by so much. So I don't know. Anything else you guys kind of want to add to these rumors?
Yeah. And for all you guys saying that CJ Abrams is blocked, he's not really. Sure, second base is took by Cronenworth right now, but with the implementation of the DH that's going to come, Haas can go to DH, Cronenworth can go play first, and then boom, CJ Abrams is playing second. Or hey, we have a hole in left field. What's to stop him with his 80 grade speed from patrolling the outfield and left? There's going to be, if you're a star player, the Padres will find a place for you. We have kind of, craved that versatility, those versatile players. We have Profar, we have Cronenworth, we have Nola. All of those guys can play multiple spots in the infield and possibly even the outfield. So the Padres will find a player, or will find a place for Abrams to play, even if he's blocked right now. If that means trading somebody, they're going to make room for him. He's that type of player. He's not blocked. He's just developing.
Yeah, even if he is blocked, come on, he's going to be better than Tommy Pham. He'll probably be better than Jake Cronenworth. I mean, come on, this is the kind of guy that you want in your lineup. I think the Dodgers have shown that you can never have enough versatility and enough talent throughout your roster. So, there's no reason Abrams should be moved. That guy, I'm a huge Abrams stan, as you guys know. I think he's going to be an amazing ball player. He's going to be a superstar, I think. And, that's the one guy that I feel like is popping up more, because maybe there's not a position for him right now. Whereas Gore, he could probably be the number 1, number 2, number 3 soon. Whereas for Abrams' estimated time of arrival isn't until like 2022 or 2023 anyway. And by then, there's going to be a couple guys that won't be with us anymore. So, in terms of not only right now, we want to win, but we also want to win in the future. I mean, come on, we're all tired of sucking, right? I mean, this feels good. This feels good to be a good ball club. So I think Abrams is going to be a guy that can maintain that steady winning mentality that the Padres are starting to gain right now.
And also, like, we talk about him, like, okay, like, we want impact right away. What's the reasoning behind him not being called up in September, him and Gore, and then being impactful players right away, looking good that month, and then playing in the postseason? Like, that could very well happen. So this, I don't know, this idea like that they're not able to come in and like help right now, it limits your future. And I think that's terrible. If you just signed Fernando to this long-term deal, you just signed Machado, like, you don't want to limit the future. You want the future to be just as have the future just have as much success in the future as you are right now. Like, that's what you want. You want to have a ton of success, and you want to have it for a long time. And I think that it's really likely that if they did move Abrams, that would be one that would come back and really bite them, I think. And that's why I don't expect him to do that at all. I fully expect him to keep both these guys. And if you do think that they should get traded, like, that's fine. Like, these are just our opinions, So let's hear like why. Like, if you are, like, comment why you think that they should be moved, because I think that, everyone has different opinions on stuff, and this is just kind of how we feel on it. But I think that'll kind of do it for this episode. And just want to say thanks everyone for watching, and we'll be talking to you guys very soon. And this is your first time checking out the channel, make sure to subscribe as well. But we'll talk to you guys all soon.